that though, because he shouldn't have said that. What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel. Check out the content. I got my man in here, J Matt. Then I got Tunk in here. We're gonna chop it up. We got a few things, man, to really chop it up about and to talk about. And we're not even we're gonna probably be jumping. You know how I do. I be jumping back and forth depending on, like, you know, sometimes people in the chat might go back to something, but we're gonna talk about Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, Micah Parsons, TJ Watt. And I want your input on how you think your Steelers, like how Aaron Rodgers is going to impact your Steelers, man. I think the Steelers going to be all right. You know what I mean? Because they always have a balanced team, and then when you got an experienced quarterback,
right?
Like you know, a seasoned vet,
right.
like Aaron Rodgers, he ain't gonna have to do. He not gonna have to be Superman like he would have had to do up in New York. You know what I mean? So I think they definitely gonna be a big threat. East Side, my man, welcome back, East Side. Welcome back, no
East
doubt.
Side, what's happening with you?
Yeah. So let me I just wanted to do but so like before we came on, me and Jim was talking about though Sophie Cunningham she got her own, that's her podcast that she's doing with this guy, right, Jim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it! Now, what's the name of that thing?
I'm not sure.
I saw the first episode,
mm-hmm.
and gosh darn it, I'm gonna have to look that up. Something. Yeah, I forget what the name was.
I forgot the name of her podcast too. But
yeah, she does it with her high school friend that she went to high school with in Columbia, Missouri. And but apparently he's on some reality TV show called Summer House. I've never seen it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I never seen the reality show. I don't really watch too many reality shows.
Me either.
Be women like throwing drinks on each other and jumping on tables and stuff, you know. But yeah, man, I think that, like, so one interesting thing Sophie Cunningham said, and I wanted to get to, because she admitted to like when she was with I think she was with Phoenix, and she said that there was like like people, it was definitely a situation where players were like targeting Caitlin Clark, you know, and I was, in my opinion, I was like, and people not surprised, but I was surprised though that she came out and said that, you know, that it was a thing. It's not like in people's imagination that, you know, he was definitely targeting Caitlin Clark. And so and that's one thing about these podcasts. They come out, they just let everything out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right. she was saying that when she was in Phoenix, that they kind of had the same, what she said was they had the same philosophy about any rookie coming into the league, that they just wanted to show them, hey, this is the big leagues, and this is the next level. But then when she did fine. Caitlin did fine last year. We all saw what she was able to do. But when she came to the Fever, what she was noticing was, man, that everyone just is doing extra just because it's Caitlin, right?
Right.
So it wasn't just the standard, hey, we're gonna make sure all rookies understand this is tough.
Right.
Yeah. And so she was pretty open about just saying, hey, you know, why is everyone being so extra about this?
And so
and talked a little bit about that as well.
And so that goes to that feeds directly into what Eastside just said right now, right? Because Eastside said that why are they not targeting Paige with that same energy, right? And so that's a good question, because, and like you said, Jim, with her, it was extra because of the amount of attention that she got coming from college to the WNBA, And so that put more emphasis on like, all right, well, if the media and everybody and the fans think that she all this, we're gonna show that she not what y'all say she is.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And so that it was that extra energy that people put into, like targeting and going after her. But I think Paige caught a little bit of that just because she is a rookie and she coming from UConn. But Paige, to me, it seemed like she's more of a she's more like more of one of the girls than Caitlin Clark. And like you know what I mean? Like she fit in so much better than Caitlin Clark. In my opinion. I don't know if y'all agree with that.
I think the fact that she's on a team that is not expected to do anything this year has a lot to do with it as well.
Yeah. And so in some ways, Paige was allowed to, even like you said, because of that, she's allowed to fly under the radar more so. Because Paige is having, in my opinion, she's having a rookie season. She's having a really good rookie season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though her team is not, successful at all, But I like watching them because they they fun to watch. I like that mid-range game. I like to watch her operate one-on-one and just, her game, to me, almost like Carmelo Anthony. Like she got that mid-range game where though she can just she could just get her basket without doing a whole lot of work within that 15, 18 foot radius and get her shot off, So yeah, but that's one thing that the young lady, Sophie Cunningham, said that I thought that, a lot of people was like, oh, okay, so it's definitely, yeah. And so Esau said, yeah, if you breathe on Paige, it's a foul.
And that's the other thing that Sophie kind of went in on was the inconsistency of the reffing.
Yeah.
She was talking about, it was funny because the podcast is called Show Me Something, right? And it's because the two of them grew up in Missouri, which is the Show Me state.
Oh, okay.
Right? So I think that's why it's called Show Me Something. Anyways, so yeah, she was going in on the inconsistency of the refs, how how she perceives the refs in the W as being more emotional, and she said it's the guys and the women that they both seem to just have thin skins and get emotional, and comparing that with how she sees the NBA refs. And I mean the stuff that the players say to the refs in the NBA, man, they'll throw F-bombs at them and all that kind of stuff. And she was saying, that the W refs, they can't handle that. Yeah.
So let me ask, let's talk about the refs. Cause I know that they allow you to play more physical in the WNBA. They let a lot of those calls, but I didn't realize that though, like she thought that they were more emotional. Like I remember like some refs in the NBA, like the guy who had the beef with Tim Duncan. He didn't really that ref. You remember that ref who didn't really?
I remember.
He didn't really. Him and Tim Duncan. It seemed like it was personal between him and Tim Duncan. Then it was a ref that really didn't. He didn't really like. Good morning, Retro. Welcome back. He didn't really dig. Allen Iverson had his run-in with certain refs, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I just thought that the WNBA refs more so wasn't like that. That they just allowed you to play physical, but they wasn't like the NBA refs.
I mean, Sophie was like that because they talked about her in that game where where Caitlin got the what was it, the knock to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And the big dust up there, and then at the end of the game where she had that flagrant foul, and she talked about it, and she said, "Yeah, I got kicked out, and they fined me $900." And then she was talking about, but the fines in the W are such a joke. It's like, you get the average fine is like $500.
Yeah.
Right? She's like, I don't care. Bring it
Well,
on.
So
they better not give them.
They're willing to take that. They're willing to take that fine.
Yeah.
Well, when I think they're gonna get. I think the WNBA women probably gonna get a raise. They're gonna get an increase when it comes to that collective bargaining situation, right?
Yeah.
But I also think that those fines gonna go up too. Once you get more money, those fines gonna go up. You know. Yeah, so they not gonna be you can't pull nobody wig off and expect you're gonna get a $500 fine. You know, that's that's gonna be a thing of the past, man. So
I mean, I saw that video, man. I'm like, hold on. How are you gonna play at a high level wearing a big ass wig like that? I mean, come on.
I don't know, man. We got into a little bit like yesterday about like I don't know the equality, and I don't know, man. I don't know how they. And so a good point though I want to bring back up too, like Retro, what she brought up yesterday is that I think she said in college or in high school, I think she said high school, like you're not allowed to wear the nails,
right?
And all those different accessories, anything that don't have to like the earrings and stuff like that. If it's anything that's not, like is not related to basketball, then you really shouldn't be able to have it on. Just like in the NBA, like they don't wear earrings and all that other stuff.
Now in NBA on the men's game, are they allowed to wear a necklace, like a neck piece?
No.
You remember back in the day when you could?
Yeah. I remember Daryl Dawkins had necklaces. Yeah, in the 70s, probably late 60s and the 70s, those guys wore their jewelry on the court.
My uncle got a picture of Len Bias on the free throw line. He got the yellow Merlin jersey on with the red
34 necklace.
Yep, and he got the necklace on. Yep, he got a necklace.
Yeah. I think like at that time. Yeah, man. Thanks, Retro. She said, nails, jewelry, pop. Bobby pins, nothing metal. It only makes sense though. You know what I mean? That you should not be able to wear that for the men and the women.
Exactly.
But, I remember like Michael Jordan, certain like exhibition games and stuff like that. He wore his, his jewelry and stuff. But you don't want the basketball players out on the court dressed like rappers. You know what I mean? You like. Everybody had a big clocks around their neck, like what's it, like Flavor Flav. Yeah, man. Just saying. Welcome back, Time. Welcome back to the chat. Respect and blessings to you too.
Time, what's good with you, brother?
Yeah, man.
I've seen you, brother.
Yeah, no doubt. So, yeah, it just really, to me, it didn't make no sense. But now, getting one more thing I want to cover about what Sophie Cunningham said. Maybe Retro will chime in on this, right? Because she made a comment too about Tom Brady, and she said that she want a more manly man than Tom Brady because Brady.
She said she wouldn't be attracted to someone who uses so much Botox.
Yeah, and I'm like, I ain't know Tom Brady used Botox, but I'm like, the dude sitting on 7 Super Bowl rings. They don't really like it don't get no more manlier than that. You know what I mean? 7. You sitting on 7.
More masculine than that.
Yeah. So how I don't know like what the criteria is.
Right.
Like I said, I had no idea about the Botox.
Well, I just got a word from a woman saying that we aren't women, so we wouldn't know it. We don't pick up on stuff like that, but women do.
Right.
Women do.
So that's why I said, like maybe a Retro can chime in on this. Right. Maybe like women they don't like guys who are as like high maintenance, guys who are high maintenance like that.
Yeah.
But
you gotta remember, see, his ex-wife, she was a model. So she probably was, coaching them. Oh, this is what you do for your skin. This is what you do for your hair. You use this for that.
Right.
You use this for this and all that type of stuff. So She probably all kind of products that she was putting on them. Like, look, use that. You know what I'm saying? Use that. You know what I'm saying?
So look, Retro said, "Don't take this wrong, but black don't crack." But I appreciate that, right? But still, I'm way older than Tom Brady. I'm 58, right? I don't know how old Tom Brady. Not even in his 50s. You know what I mean?
Birthday too. He just had a birthday too.
Yes. I'm way older than Tom Brady. But yeah,
man.
I just thought that was
not kind to us less melanated folk.
Yeah.
right.
But Tom Brady, this dude, Yeah, I just thought that was funny. I was like, wow, if Tom Brady, if this dude not masculine enough, then it's a wrap for the rest of us dudes. Yeah. But let me see what else we want to go into, man, because yesterday we had a short discussion or short disagreement. Michael Parsons versus TJ Watt, like who was better? Clayton said TJ Watt was better. Emmanuel Mann said that Michael Parsons was better. Tom, what's your take on it?
I don't think that's a comparison, man. TJ Watt, man, is better. And I think he just affects the game in more ways than Michael Parsons does. And Michael Parsons is nice, man. Michael Parsons is real nice. But I just think, man, TJ Watt, man, the success of the Steelers, man, is based a lot on how he plays, if he plays. You understand? Because if he plays, man, he's gonna make a difference. He's a difference maker on the defensive side of the ball. And like I said, I think a more fair comparison would be Myles Garrett. You know what I'm saying? Because I think TJ is better than Myles as well. And I like Myles Garrett, man. I like Myles Garrett a lot, man.
I do too. Yeah.
But I think Myles Garrett and Michael Parsons is more of a fair comparison. And because TJ, man, this guy, man, when you ask a guy like he see Lamar Jackson twice a season, man, and Lamar is one of the most elusive players in the league. I mean, not just at the quarterback position, just in the league, man. And he give Lamar trouble, man. He give that offensive line and Lamar problems, man. That's somebody you always got to account for. You got to know where he is. You got to double him. You got to chip him. Yeah. So yeah, man. But I like Michael Parsons, man, and I hope he gets his bread, and I think he will. Jerry Jones needs to stop playing, man, and pay that boy and stop taking shots at him in the media and things like that, man. TJ didn't got paid. Myles Garrett didn't got paid. It's time for Micah to get his money, man. Stop playing and pay the man.
And that Dallas defense cannot lose him. That Dallas defense is horrible at the run defense. So they need to plug those holes up, because if every team is just going to be running it at the Dallas Cowboys, then his pass rush is almost useless.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So they need him to be the pass rusher and then plug up those holes to have any chance on that defense.
Yeah. So let me see. Eastside Legend says that I think that Parsons is more physically gifted than Watt, but Watt is a better football player, right?
I wouldn't disagree with that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't disagree with that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I would say Myles is too physically. You know what I'm saying? I would say Myles. I give Myles Garrett the edge as far as being physical.
Being physically, yeah.
Just the physicality of it. Being an athlete. Just let me say being an athlete, because Michael Parsons. Myles Garrett, man, I see him playing pickup basketball game. He out there dunking on people and everything. Yeah, running around looking like the Incredible Hulk, man, dunking on people and stuff, man. He was playing down in Dallas, in a pickup game, running around down there dunking on people and stuff, man. I'm like, man, who's that? That's Myles Garrett out there looking like Incredible Hulk. Yeah, man. So yeah.
So let me say, Eastside says that TJ got to step it up in the playoffs, though. He's been a total non-factor in the playoffs. Yeah.
I disagree with that. I disagree. Total non-fact in the playoffs. You gotta remember offensive scheme to make sure he's not a factor. You scheme to get away from him. You scheme to throw the ball away from him. You scheme to get the ball out quick because he's coming. You understand?
Yeah.
Things like that. I would never say it's non-factor. I wouldn't say that. Yeah.
So look,
but let him get you the playoffs and see if he's a factor. Let him get you the playoffs and see how much he's a factor once he get in there consistently.
Mm-hmm. I think that I think that's a good point though. Like you said, when they get to the playoffs, I think, and then you do have to take into account that they scheming around him. So if he not going to be targeted, you know, I mean, his side of the field is not going to be active.
Right.
You know, they're going to run away from him and stuff like that. Then you know, you still have to take that into account because you know, it is a definite factor.
But I always think, man, my favorite position always on football has always been linebackers and defensive linemen and stuff, man. I like those guys, man, who in the trenches, they just get it done, man. Just make plays, hit people. Always like that.
Yeah. So yeah, man. I wish E-Man had came on here because he was going back. Him and Clay was going back and forth yesterday about, you know, who was better out these two guys.
Yeah.
But let's get into the Lakers, right? So Luka Doncic, he signed an extension. I forgot. I had it on here. I forgot how much he signed it for, but it's 3 years.
Was
3 years for one. What was it, Jim?
I think it was 165.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. For 3 years. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. So they didn't already show, and I think this might have been Luka, maybe that only wanted the 3 years. Is that the most they could have extended him for? Years wise?
No. They said that he could have got more.
Okay.
Than the 3 years, right?
Yeah.
But my thing is, I like this 3-year deals. This 3-year deals for the team, and I like it for Luka, right? So Luka gotta stay. He gotta stay focused, and he gotta prove himself.
Right.
And so if he don't stay focused and he don't prove himself, then the Lakers are not really locked in for a long time.
Then, you're right, Mike. And then flip it. If in 3 years, Luka can see the other moves that the Lakers are making.
Right.
Because you got to remember, Lakers ain't been doing well, you know what I mean, and signing and retaining and drafting. So, you know, he get to look and say, man, if this is the place I want to stay beyond 3 years. So I think that's good on both sides. I think that's good on both sides.
So,
that's a win-win.
Yeah, right. So the team and Luka get to prove themselves to each other. But I also think Lakers make out too, because now if Luka turn out to be as committed, then this put the Lakers back into the conversation of being a legitimate franchise like they was, you know what I mean? Because they did so much when it came to not, you know, to LeBron, like to putting acquiescing to LeBron, that I think that it kind of hurt the team in the long run. Yeah.
And then, you know, LeBron is only under contract for 1 more year. I don't know if he's going to play beyond 1 more year, but he only with the Lakers for 1 more year under contract. So, so they are like, well, you know, Luka is the future. He's the now. He's the future. So, you know what I mean? We're trying to show up, and other players might want to come play with Luka. You know what I'm saying? Other players might want to come play with Luka. You know, you got Giannis on the horizon. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how that's going to go. You don't know if he's going to leave or, you know, things like that. So, I think this was one of the good moves, man. I can applaud the Lakers for, man. You know, that's my squad, man. But I'll be getting on them, man, because I don't like how they've been moving,
Yeah, but I think this is a good look for them, though. But what do y'all think about what you say, Tom?
No, you probably about to say it now. Go ahead. You probably about to say it now.
Nah, you know, I was like, what do y'all think about, like, because at the signing and everything, like everybody was there except for LeBron James, man. I was like, so what do y'all think is big deal, no deal? You know what I mean?
Oh no, I don't think it's no big deal.
LeBron's
the old man. He ain't, you know, man, ain't got to come to nobody signing, man. You know what I mean? I don't think it's but I think people just, read into things a little bit too much, man.
Yeah.
I'm saying LeBron know what it is. He's a realist, man. He's not living in La La Land. He know Luka is the first option on that team. You know what I mean? Luka's the first option on that team, man. You know, no matter what LeBron can do as far as his numbers. Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. Sorry. I was just saying if LeBron showed up, then people would be chirping about how he's trying to make it about him.
Right.
So,
right.
I mean, I think,
Yeah, so that's a good point too. Yeah, that's a good point too.
But I was going to say to Marcus Smart, they brought Marcus Smart in, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, would you start him, Mike, and put the guy? Oh man, what's the name on the bench? That don't play no defense. What's his name, Mike?
Who you ain't talking about? Reeves.
Yeah. Would you start Martin and then put Reeves on the bench because defensively Marcus Smart is better, or would you still start Reeves and have Marcus Smart come in?
Yeah, I would still start Reeves because even with Luka out there, you got Luka, then you have DeAndre Ayton, Reeves. You need to surround Luka with some offensive firepower still. You know what I mean? A threat in the low post. And then you got the threat out there on the wing. I would still start him. I would start Reeves over.
What's the name? Can he erase some mistakes too? DeAndre Ayton. He can erase some mistakes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you got somebody who's going to challenge at the rim,
right,
you know what I mean? That makes you look better as a defensive player when somebody is back there.
Right.
That makes So yeah, I would definitely start. But
you could be more aggressive on the perimeter, take more chances and things like that.
Yeah. If you got a rim protector, because if they know they can just penetrate, get by you, and they getting a layup or easy opportunity at the basket is different. But DeAndre Ayton not gonna have that. But I'm gonna jump around because Tom says something about stop believing in Mike Tomlin. You had a chance to get Deion Sanders' son. Let me see. Privately chose a quarterback with no heart that is a diva. Aaron Rodgers. Good luck with that, right?
Hold up, Tom. Hold up, bro. Hold up. Stop believing in Mike Tomlin. Hold up, man. You know what I mean? I gotta have a rebuttal for that. First of all, he's the only one I believe in that organization. First and foremost, he's the only one I believe in that organization. Second of all, man, Coach T has his input, but Coach T is not the GM.
Mm-hmm.
Coach T is not in charge of player personnel movement. He has his input, yes, but he don't have the final decision. Shedeur Sanders, I don't think Shedeur Sanders was a number one pick. I definitely don't think he was a fifth round pick either, though.
Mm.
I think at best he was like a third rounder. But I did, to be honest with you, Tom, I did think they might pull the trigger and take him in the first round. I really did think that.
Yeah.
Them needing a quarterback situation. Now, you look at Aaron Rodgers, complete diva, me first guy. The thing I think is going to work for the Steelers, he respects Coach Tomlin.
Mm-hmm.
He respects Coach Tomlin. So he's not going to bring that me first attitude like he had in the past, especially with the Jets, especially with Green Bay. He's not going to bring that to Pittsburgh, just knowing how that organization is run and how and the respect he has for Mike Tomlin. If you look at Aaron Rodgers' numbers last year in New York, they weren't bad. I think he had 28 touchdowns, and I think he had 11 picks, I think. I ain't 100% sure on that, but I think he had like 28 and 11. If he just bring them exact same numbers to the Steelers will be okay.
Mm-hmm.
If he bring them exact same numbers to the Steelers will be all right. Steelers will be all right. So yeah, man, nothing that's gonna stop me from believing in Coach T. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing, man. Yeah.
I just think that Aaron Rodgers being in Pittsburgh, not really having to do as much as he would have had to do with the Jets, I think is going to work in Pittsburgh's favor. I agree. Yeah, the balance on offense and then a strong defense. So you're not asking Aaron Rodgers, you're not putting him in a situation where he got to be a gunslinger.
Right, where he got to be the savior, you know what I mean? And when that's put on him like that, that's how he acts. When it's put on him like, yeah, man, you got to come and save us and lift us to prominence and everything, he walks around like that. Like, you guys need me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all nothing without me. No, coming to Pittsburgh, no, it's a whole different thing. It's a whole different thing.
Yeah. And he gets to throw to DK.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Right, you're right, Jim. Yeah, he do have. He got weapons over there. You know what I mean?
A strong run game. Those Steelers always gonna have a strong run game, and like Mike just mentioned, a strong defense.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I mean. Just from that alone, running the ball and defense, they're gonna have a shot in every game.
Mm-hmm.
They'll have a shot in every game, and then you're improving in the quarterback position. Even though Russ Wilson, that's my man. I like Russ, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You are improving a little bit in that position. So, and he's not going to come out there and, press conferences throwing everybody under the bus like he's done before at Green Bay and with the Jets. You know what I'm saying? You know he's going to end up in Minnesota, right? Like Brett Favre. You know that's his next stop, right?
That would leave me speechless.
Right. It would be crazy. That would be crazy.
Let me see. Tom said it's funny. No one spoke about Jerry Jones, the Cowboys, with how he was running the show over there. He is going to lose Parsons, and you're always going to have a quarterback in Dak that's not a winner. I think that what's the guy? I think Jerry Jones is his own worst enemy because he won't allow his GMs and his coaches to do the job. You know what I mean? He think he knows better than them, which that's not even the big part of it is he kind of like rendered them obsolete because the players can go around the coach and the GM and go to him. Like that chain of command is broken the way he run that show over there.
It's Jerry Jones. You're absolutely right. He wants to be owner, GM, coach. He wants to be all that in one. And I think if they didn't have a rule, where the owner couldn't coach, I think he'd be on the sideline. I really do, man. I think he'd be on the sideline. I do. I think he'd be on the sideline calling plays and shit, man. I really do. I really do, man. I really do. It's all about him, man. It's all.
I thought you was going to say if they have a rule where the owner couldn't play, because I can see Jerry Jones putting on one of them old leather helmets and getting out there, and playing a little quarterback.
Like, fucking, I'll play deep back. You can't shut him down. I'll play. You know what I
mean? Yeah, I can see Jerry Jones doing that.
Man, it's like it's all about me all the time, man. I'm like, damn, guys, you hire people for a reason because they got the guy now. Because what's the name? God, who the coach now, Jim? Who the coach now? Is it Schottenheimer?
Schottenheimer, yeah.
Yeah, it's Schottenheimer the coach now, and it seems like he's another coach that Jerry Jones can control. That he can, what I mean, control and keep him under his thumb, so to speak.
Yeah.
Whatever owner in any sport, man, whatever owner, win, lose, or draw after every game, give a press conference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? After every game, win, lose, or draw, most of the people, we can walk by on the street. We wouldn't, but we can walk by them on the street. Wouldn't even know they're the owner of an NFL franchise.
Right. Yeah.
Wouldn't even know. Yeah. Wouldn't even recognize them. Don't even know how they look or whatever. You know what I mean? Not Jerry Jones. He giving press conferences. You know what I mean? In the tunnel after they lost. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, it's crazy, man. That's just like a circus down there, man. And he having talent. He had talent, man. That's one thing I can say about him. Jerry Jones will draft guys that can play. That draft, but he'll get them, and then he'll mess around with the contract, won't extend them. You know what I'm saying? Talk trash about him in the media and all that and this. Now he just said about Micah. If I was a fan of the Cowboys, I wouldn't worry about what Micah saying he want to be traded.
Yeah.
People think Mike is a free agent. He's not. He's still under contract for a year. So he can't sit out because if he sit out, it just resets.
Ooh.
It just resets, and he still be under. You know what I'm saying? He still wouldn't be a free agent next year. So he got to play. He got to play. So it's just crazy, man. Up there.
Do you think Parsons messed up though when he came to camp though?
Yeah and no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they kind of gave up his leverage.
Mm-hmm.
No, because they got a new rule now. Where every time you miss camp, every day you miss camp is $50,000. Before you could sit out, and once you came back, once you signed your new deal, the team could forgive the fines. And that wasn't no money out your pocket. You know what I mean? It was just forgiven. Now that fine has to be paid. Now either you're going to pay it or the team going to pay it, but it has to be paid.
Yeah.
They said that's under some new agreement and the CBA, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Well, I'm just talking about that. So now you got to come because now they calling it a hold in now. If y'all heard that term, it's like a hold in. You'll come so you don't get fined, but once you're there, oh man, my ankle hurt, my hamstring hurt. So you're not really participating in anything, but you physically are there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More there to be a malcontent, more so than anything.
Right.
And Jerry's got all the leverage, especially because of that rule, but he's also got all the leverage because I don't believe his ultimate goal is to win a championship. His ultimate goal is to make money. And what he's understood and what he has realized is that the drama gets him paid. Yeah, a championship, it would be nice and that'll get him paid, but he's already getting the money. I mean, he's making money hand over fist.
No doubt.
All he has to do.
Well, and let me ask y'all this. Can y'all imagine if the Cowboys was a winning team, like if they had the type of record and performance over the last 20-something years that the Patriots would have to go along with them being America's team, like what they'd be worth and what kind of money, that would be crazy.
Yeah, it would.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, no other sport would be able to touch them like.
And Jim, I agree with you 100% because I think if you ask Jerry, hey Jerry, would you rather win and not be, headline day in, day out, but you'll win a Super Bowl? Or you could be like you are now, relevant in the news and blogs and podcasts every day. We're talking about the Cowboys, but you don't win. I think he'd take the latter. I think he said, no, I don't need to win. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't need to win. Long as he's winning the off season, he's fine. He's fine with it.
Yeah. He was just in that he had a cameo as himself in that TV show Landman down in Texas. I mean, he's everywhere, and he's getting paid. He's getting attention. That's all he wants.
That's all he wants. That's all he wants, man. That's what I say. You know what I mean? You got an interview. You got a post conference after every game, win, lose, or draw. You have a post conference. God damn! I mean, after every single game, me. You know what I mean? Nah, man. That's.
I wanna let me see. Tom says the Urban. You can't do that, bro. We have Tom Brady to a standard. We have to hold Lamar to a standard. Joe Burrows, that flaky quarterback back in San Diego. Let's not make excuses for Aaron Rodgers, right? I don't think I'm making excuses for Aaron Rodgers. I'm not even an Aaron Rodgers fan, right? I just think that with what Pittsburgh bring to the table as a team, that I think if you ask Aaron Rodgers to be a gunslinger, like whatever team you put Aaron Rodgers on, I just think that he's not going to be able to do that.
Right.
And
he shouldn't be. I don't think Aaron Rodgers should be compared to the top quarterbacks in the league anymore. I don't think he should be compared.
Yeah.
He's not up there with them, with a Patrick Mahomes, with a Lamar. I don't think you put him in that category.
Right, yeah. Not Aaron Rodgers. I don't think he in there too. That's why I just think that
Joe Burrows and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Allen up in Buffalo. I don't think I don't think he's in that class anymore. There was a time where he was, but I don't think it's right now. But just the Steelers don't need him to be that.
Right. Yeah. That's
him to be that. You know what I'm saying?
That's my whole point.
Right. Then, like I said, when you go to a team and they need you to be there and express to you that they need you to be, that just inflates his ego even more. You know what I mean? That just make you think, yeah, y'all need me. I'm God around here. Y'all nothing without me. And he acts as such.
But
given the positive word coming out of training camp on Aaron, what do you guys think is the outlook for the AFC North?
I think it's going to be the black and blue. That's going to be that black and blue conference. That division like it always is.
I think going in, got to be favorite though.
Huh?
I think going in, Baltimore got to be the favorite.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Also, I know that all 4 of these teams in that division, they all familiar with each other. They play each other hard. They beat, and all of them play that run. They run and defense oriented, so they physical games. Yep. So by the time they get to the playoffs, all 4 of those teams, beat up. Even if you're less than a sub 500 team, you still beat up by the end of the season. Yeah, because you see, that's you see each other. That's
I wish HBO would have done Hard Knocks this year on that division instead of last year.
Right. Because I really want to see how Shador is taking everything in and how he's performing, how he's taking coaching, how he's taking to the coaching up there and things like that. Because the only coach he had was his pop. You know what I mean? Since he started throwing the football, the only coach he had was his pop. So I just want to see. And what I'm not hearing is that I'm not hearing that he's not being coachable. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing that I'm not, because if it would have been up there and he'd been sulking or pouting, I ain't even talking about his performance. I'm just talking about his attitude, which they want to make a big deal about. I'm not hearing anything coming out of camp that he's, not coachable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's something I really would like some, background on and things like that, So yeah, you're right. I wish they would have did it this year too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so let me see. So Retro do say she says look at the drama going on in Cleveland, right? Mm-hmm. With their quarterback situation.
Yeah, it's 5 of them, I think. I think it's 5. Ain't it, Jim? It's 5 in that quarterback room.
Yeah, you got well, on paper you do,
right?
But we all know Watson's a non-factor.
Right.
So yeah, right now they've made it no secret Flacco is the guy right now.
Yeah,
and it's just what do you do with Gabriel and Shador
and Pickett?
And Pickett. Because Pickett obviously is going to be. If you distill it down, you the obvious thing is Flacco's you're going to be your starter and Pickett's going to be your backup.
Right.
Who's your number 3?
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And then you say, well, if Gabriel, isn't your number 3 and he's gone, well, why you draft him before Shador then? You know what I'm saying? If Gabriel, why did you draft him before Shador? I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's such a self-inflicted wound.
That's Cleveland.
Yeah.
That's Cleveland, man. That's Cleveland.
Yeah.
That's Cleveland. Yep.
So I'm gonna jump around again. We're getting back to another WNBA question, right? I don't know how y'all don't see why Paige is being accepted and not Caitlin. Did you ever think that the WNBA is a lesbian league? She played at UConn. Remember what Gino said about Caitlin Clark, right? Yeah, so I do remember Gino, he didn't think that Caitlin Clark was going to be as successful as she was, but Gino did he did like step back off of those statements and say he was wrong when it came to Caitlin Clark, as far as, you know, like he didn't see her having the success that she had.
Did he say why?
No,
he didn't think she would be successful.
I think he probably did say something about why he didn't think that she would be. I think that a lot of people, and him included, I think that they didn't think that Caitlin Clark would be able to shoot, had a freedom to shoot the way she, you know, the way she shoot in Cleveland.
So they think
Donna Taurasi even said the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Donna Taurasi said it. Cheryl Swoop said, you know, like, you won't have that many opportunities to shoot the way you used to shooting the ball in high school, college, a certain way, a certain amount of opportunities, but you at the pros, you don't get that amount of shots.
Okay, now let me. Now I didn't know this, right? That they were saying she wouldn't have the freedom to shoot the ball the way he did in college, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that plays a part in a lot of people that's critical of her game, both now and prior? You know what I mean? Talking about Cheryl Swoop, that she's getting freedom that we wasn't afforded. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That he's getting allowed to do things.
Yeah.
And just to say, well, if I was allowed to shoot, you know what I mean, as much as she do, I would have been putting up the same type of numbers. I'd have had the same type of impact.
Right. And so now, and that's, and we got into that a little bit yesterday, me, Clayton, and E-Man, because I'm saying their record now is what, 16-12, something like that. They 4 games over 500 now, right? And they won. The Indiana Fever have won like I think their last 4 games or so, right? They 7-3 in their last 10, and they having some success without Caitlin Clark. Even though most of the teams that they beat are not, you know what I mean, like the schedule is favoring them at this time. So my question yesterday was, when Caitlin Clark come back, like, will she have to make an adjustment to the team because of the success that they having, or will she have to? Or will they allow her to go back to doing like the things that like make her feel comfortable and make her successful? If y'all understand what I'm asking, right?
I understand exactly what it is you're saying, but see, I can't really, like, say I ain't dialed into that WNBA game.
Well, but you being a basketball player though, you know what I mean? Like you don't want to. You have one situation where you don't want to disrupt the chemistry,
right?
Because we having a certain amount of success here, but then you have a superstar player like Caitlin Clark who likes to play, you know, like a different type of way sometimes. How can you combine, like, you know, the chemistry, maintain that chemistry, and then incorporate her into the, you know, without it bringing the team down?
Right. Yeah, that and you know what? That's where coaching come in. Mm-hmm. That's where coaching come in. You don't leave it up to the players to try to, you know, navigate through that and make adjustments. That's when coaching comes in, and you got to coach them people, the young ladies in this case. You got to coach them so, you know what I mean, getting the superstar back into the fold, it doesn't mess up the chemistry. It doesn't mess up what you do well and things like that. But we see it a lot, man. Like, take LeBron, for instance. How when LeBron is not on teams, the balls seem to move more because he don't have it in his hands as much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when the ball moves more, other players get opportunities. Or more opportunities, I should say. You know what I'm saying? So so that's when I think coaching comes into play. And sometimes you might have to tell your star player, like, look, you know what I mean? Let's, you know, try to do this. And the star, listen, a star gonna shine. They're gonna get their numbers anyway. They're gonna get their numbers anyway. You know what I mean? And if you're that type of ball player that can affect winning, hey, I do whatever I gotta do. We still gonna win.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think that's the key, Tunk, because she strikes me as the kind of person that's gonna be team first, and if she's smart, which we all think she is, she's going to come in and say, how do I fit in with what the team's doing right now? How can I use my strengths to not slow down what the team's doing right now, and Ari McDonald has been playing great, and she's coming around as a rookie. That I think she's a big enough superstar to know that she's got a lot to offer, but she doesn't need to make it the Caitlin show when she comes back.
Yeah, and see, I agree. Both of y'all make great points, right? And I just think that, and so that's what I was trying to say. Like, you actually, when you take the ball out of her hands, you actually do her a service, right? To ask her to bring the ball up the court against that kind of pressure for the entire game, you allow the opponent to wear her down. So at the end of the game, she not fresh. Her legs are not fresh because she been breaking that press all game long.
That's right.
Then on top of that, so you take her legs away from her, and you want her to shoot her 3-pointer and get y'all out of a jam. But she's tired and she's winded. So that's where the trust is going to have to come in for Caitlin Clark and the coach Stephanie White. And now that they have had some success, so she can see that, all right, so Stephanie White, her system, I can do this already because she can pass and she can shoot. So she can do whatever the team need to do, you know what I mean, to be successful. She's not a one-trick pony. So, and she's seeing them having success, so she'll be like, all right, so where do I, you know what I mean, what do the team need? And that's what I think about exceptional ball players. They have the ability to give the team what the team need instead of just giving the team what they bring to the table. You know what I mean? And so that's what could be a good thing about her sitting out the games that she sat out. And so, you know what I mean? She'll just be able to pick up and be like, all right, you want the ball to be in constant movement. And if the ball moving, she's going to get more shots like that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And it seemed like basketball is the only sport where as though it seemed like it's harder for the superstar to trust their teammates. You know, in football, you got to trust the offensive line. You got to trust the receiver who's going to catch it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to trust, you know what I mean, the center is going to make you know what I mean, the correct snap and, you know what I mean, read the blitz and things like that. But in basketball, because you have more control, you know what I'm saying, it's harder to depend on other people because you like, man, I can do that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I do it. You know what I mean? I take every shot because I know I'll make it or things like that. You know, it seems like that's the harder of the sports, you know, to get around and trust your teammates.
And so, and you're right, because, and I mean, that's the way she operated in high school and college. You know what I mean? Like, she could do that at high school and college, you know, but now, you on the court with a bunch of other professionals, and it's, you don't have to do that. Sometimes you playing into your opponent's hand when you try to do too much anyway, and you limit yourself. So yeah. But and Eastside said that I think Clark's confidence and mental is shook right now, and I would say to that, right, I think by her sitting out, I think this just gives her the opportunity to see what, number one, like what the team need, and it gives her a little a vacation away from all that pressure that she was facing on the court. You know what I mean? And so I think mentally she's gonna come back stronger.
And she thinks she might be. I don't know if this what Eastside mean. I'm thinking confidence shook because of the injury, like she hurt, so she thinking confidence. You know, Caitlin, confidence is, a little shaken, second guessing herself because she never been injured before and things like that, and she seemed like to be having these nagging injuries, things like that.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that could be it. You know what I mean?
Elaborate on that. Is that what's behind that? Is that what's behind your statement? That's why you think you're a little shook because she didn't got hurt. If you've been playing ball your whole life, man, and then you get these injuries, you know what I mean? That could mess with your psyche a little bit.
You definitely don't. If you're not moving the way you used to moving,
Right.
you know what I mean? You definitely not. And you don't have confidence. Like you worried about you going to re-aggravate that injury. That's going to affect your, that psyche. Yeah.
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 It becomes a mental challenge. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's her sophomore year, which everyone expects your second year, you're going to hit the wall, right? So she's got to fight through it like everyone else has to do, even without the injury, and then you pile the injury on top of it, and I can kind of see where Eastside's coming from, right? Because you knew the second year is going to be tougher than the first, and now you're hurt. That's got to be messing with your head.
Yeah. Excuse me. And so Eastside said, it's because she was shooting horribly, her body language, right? And so she was shooting like 29% from three. You know what I mean? 29%. And that affect her psyche.
Now, do you think that's due to the injury? Do you think she wasn't healthy? That's why her shit wasn't falling. Do you think that's what it was? A lot of times people push through injuries. You know what I'm saying? They push through, and you can notice a change in their game. And like Jim just said, this is the second year, sophomore jinx. You know what I mean? Sophomore jinx or whatever that could play a part in it as well.
I think all that factor in too. But then I think too, when you got to break a press, I just think by the end of the game you just wore down. Now, if you are strictly if you are a Jason Kidd type guard where you're not really relied upon you just want to distribute the ball and get everybody involved in the game, then you can bring the ball up and press. You can handle that because now you're not relied upon to score.
That's right
in the games.
That's right, Mike. That's right.
Yeah, but if you are a Steph Curry type of guard, you Steph Curry, you don't want Steph Curry breaking presses.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because at the end of the game, you want Steph Curry, Caitlin Clark, you want them to be able to knock that shot down that y'all need. You want them to have fresh legs and stuff like that. So that's where the young lady like Retro said, like Ari McDonald, Ari, reminds me of Kelsey, tunnel. Yeah, she do have like tunnel vision, but I think Ari can break that press for you. And the coach just have to have all those young ladies like recognizing their role and getting them playing on the same.
Yeah.
Because I don't want Caitlin Clark breaking no presses personally.
Yeah, when you're the primary scorer, that's taking a lot out you. Yeah, that's taking a lot out. Like you say, J Kidd was never primary scorer, on his teams and things like that. Even though he could score, he wasn't primary scorer. Right. So it's like you don't want your primary scorer having to work that much just to get the ball to the front court. You know what I'm saying? You don't want,
So, do you want Caitlin Clark to be Steph Curry or do you want her to be Jason Kidd? You know what I mean? So, if you want her to be Jason Kidd, then cool. Then allow her to bring the ball up against the press.
Right.
But you got Kelsey, her and Kelsey out there, and both of them can score. I would allow Ari to bring it up and be like, look, your job is to get these people and get these other young ladies involved in the game. Yeah. Don't worry about your scoring. Dean Smith told Kenny, what did he tell Kenny Smith at North Carolina? I got 4 or 5 all Americans in here. Your job is to keep them happy. I'm not worried about you scoring. You know what I mean? And so the Kenny Smith had to get used to that. He out there shooting. He said he thinking he having the game of his life. Dean Smith called timeout, but like that's not your job. You out there with Sam Perkins.
That's right.
James Worthy.
That's right.
Michael Jordan, and you scoring? No, sir. That's not
you. Right. That's always say. Coaching come into play with that. You know what I'm saying? Coaching comes into play with that.
Exactly. That's not your job. We know you can do that.
Right.
We got these All-Americans in here. We want to keep these guys happy. That's as a point guard, you got to know that.
Yep.
Yeah. So what Eastside said, it's a combination of her injury, the system, and fatigue. Yeah. And so and so when it comes to the system, right? I think it's a work in progress as far as Stephanie White is some people, well, the fan base, as soon as something don't go right, everybody trying to run her out of town after every other loss, and then but it's a work in progress. I thought Christy Sides was a good coach. In my opinion, I thought she was a good coach. But you just got to have an opportunity to work yourself through those, to work your way through that situation. Let me see. What else do we have on the docket, man? That I wanted to talk about, man. Y'all wasn't here yesterday.
Yeah, I was at work.
Yeah, y'all wasn't here yesterday, and but I do want y'all opinion on like what this Gilbert Arenas situation, right? And the gambling. This Gilbert, in my opinion, is a comedian, man. But this ain't no joking matter. He in between a rock and a hard place, if you ask me.
Yeah, man. Well, he said he just rented the spot. He ain't got nothing to do. And then he said he telling too, right? He said he telling. He said I'm telling, right? So he said, man, I ain't got to do that. I just rented the house, man. I ain't got to do what goes on there and things like that. I just rented the house.
Yeah.
But I am telling, right? He said, but I am telling.
Yeah.
So man, it's wild, man, that Gil always find himself in situations, man. It's just wild, man. He always find himself in situations. Now, I probably believe that he ain't have day in, day out, you know what I'm saying, and the workers of what was going on. Yeah. I believe he knew what was going on. And I believe he was getting a little cut of what was going on, too. You know what I'm saying? But as far as being there, running stuff and making sure, I don't think he was doing that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's federal, man. They don't lose.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right, Jim.
I mean, that's right. Federal. That's heavy. Right. That's heavyweight stuff.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So you are joking with, number one, the federal government, who don't have no sense of humor.
Ain't nothing funny. Yeah, ain't nothing. Right.
And then you joking with some serious guys who like, organized crime guys, and you joking about snitching. So, man, I just think that it was Gilbert Arenas, man. You don't want to be playing with either one of these.
They got high roller. They got high roller games, man. You know what I'm saying? They got high roller games going on because they say they got armed security there, all that type of stuff. So it ain't like like your local, your little gambling spot in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? You talking about some high rollers coming through there. That's why I say I don't think Gil was. It's too much exposure.
Yeah.
There are too many people coming in there having eyes on him. I don't think he was that involved. But I think he knew about it, and I think he was getting a little cut.
Yeah,
and I think he was getting a little cut.
If you go, I mean, we're talking about, right? The mob. We're talking about federal government, man. If you're in that space and you look around and you don't see the mark, guess who's the mark?
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Right.
No doubt.
If you look around and don't see him, that's because it's you.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's right.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. He not reading the room. I'm like, why? Like, man, come on, man. You in between the federal government and the mob, and you making jokes. Like.
But see, that's the only reason I think Gil would have did that. They get Gil to rent the house. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Even if Gil ain't really paying it. You know what I'm saying? The house is in his name, far as the rent, the lease or whatever is in his name, even if he's not the one paying it. Yeah. And just because they had to use his name or whatever, so that means they trying to stay one step ahead, or like you say, the feds or whoever might come snooping around. Mm-hmm. So if they look and say, "Oh man, it's Gilbert Arenas' house," oh man, he can afford that. You know what I'm saying? It's Gilbert Arenas, whatever. So, but then y'all having these high stake gambling going on there.
Yeah.
The spot get raided or whatever. I don't know how that worked, but
yeah,
Gil name, like, he wasn't the only one that was arrested he wasn't the only one that was arrested, but
but he making jokes about snitching. I was like, man, you don't play with these people, because the federal government, if they think that you can, these guys, they can get some information from you to bring these people down.
Yeah.
And you're not going to do no time.
Right.
You can't play with those guys like that.
Another time, in a lot of instances, man, people get involved with people, and the people you get involved with, you really don't know their background. You really don't know what they're capable of doing. You know what I'm saying? But they come to you, you know what I mean, sweetheart deal. Yeah. Oh man, get the house, man. You get a kickback every month, 20 grand, 30 grand, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just do this, man. Or somebody coming to vouch for him. Oh man, good guy, he's in real estate, whatever. And you can say, all right, and you sign your name or something. Now that goes left.
Yeah.
And they come back to you and you like, well, I ain't know none of that was going on. I just rented the house to ABC. You know, I ain't know what they was doing. I just rented the house, whatever.
But that go back to what Jim said, like, you the mark. If you don't know, you the mark.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. And you can't be that, money hungry or that naive at times. Sometimes it's like, no, man, I'm good. Because Gil don't need no bread. You know what I'm saying? So
well, yeah.
Let me
I put yourself in situations like that, man.
Yeah, I said Gil, man. But let me go back to Retro says that, and she's referring to Caitlin Clark's sophomore year. I keep hearing sophomore slump. It's a for real. Yeah, that sophomore slump is a for real thing. And one thing, like what you said, Tunk, like basketball, football, like everybody now they got tape on you. Now they got experience with you, and now they know how to play you. So yeah, that definitely is it's a real thing, that sophomore slump.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. And it seems like more players, hit that wall in their second year. And that's across all the sports, really. You know what I'm saying? That's from all the sports. You can have a pitcher in Major League Baseball, his rookie season, he come out and he dealing. And then the next season, he's getting shelled. And you're like, well, what happened? No, they see his tendencies now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they see his tendencies. They see how he pitched when he behind in the count. They see how he pitched out of the stretch as opposed to the windup. Things like that. You know what I mean? They're like, oh yeah, we can get him. He's more susceptible to throw a fastball, you know what I'm saying, at discount and things like that, man. You got people that study the game, man. You got people that study the game, man. Yeah.
That, like you said, and that for fans, that's just what make it just so fun, Like even fans, when you talk to some fans, especially people who know baseball,
right,
they know this kind of stuff. They know like especially the pitchers in their hometown or the batters. Like, oh, he can only hit, fastballs, or he not good at hitting curves and stuff like that. They have it down to a science.
Yeah, but like they, when he behind in the count, he always gonna go fastball. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna never throw nothing off speed. You know what I'm saying? He always gonna go fastball when he behind the count. When you got running scoring position, he's gonna do this. They pick up all that stuff, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
And every player in every sport has a tell.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no doubt.
And that's what they start looking for is
no doubt. Yeah.
Can we spot the tell? And
that's crazy, man. Yeah, everybody got a doubt. I mean, a tell. Let me see what Retro says. Coach White, I'm going to read this part right here. She said, Coach White don't like CC. She wants her off the ball. But let me ask you this, though, Retro, because I think at certain points, do you think that she should be off the ball in order to conserve her energy so she can help out down the stretch, like in close games? Like Retro, what you think about that? I think you do her a favor when you take her off the ball. Now, sometimes, like if at the end of the game, the last 2 or the last 3 minutes, we going back and forth. Like if they going back and forth for like the links or something like that, yeah. You know what I mean? That's when you be like, all right, she fresh. You know what I mean? Or she not worn down. Yeah, you want her to go back at the links, so she can create mismatch or possibly get her own shot. So that's when you want her on the ball, but not for the whole. How long is them WNBA game? They're not 48 minutes, are they?
40
minutes. Yeah, for 40 minutes, you want her on ball. I'm like, ooh.
That's exerting a lot of energy.
That is.
That's exerting a lot of energy, man. You know what I'm saying? And like you say, you're not just walking it up. If you facing pressure in the backcourt, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They trapping you, they blitzing you, things like that.
And you want her, you know, and so you allow the defense just to dictate your pace. You know, like if I know you're trying to wear me down, I'm not going, you know, like I said, with Steph Curry, he don't, you know, he run up the convert. If it's not no pressure, he'll bring the ball up.
Right.
Yeah, you know, but
still, like, you still gotta get in your sets. After you work to get the ball up court, now you gotta get in your set. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, it almost feels like that there was some intention during the off season when they brought in Ari McDonald, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
So now you've got that. Yeah, you've got someone who can take some of that pressure off because, you absolutely want CC doing her, you know, focusing on her strengths.
Right.
And I never really thought about that until you really focused in on that, Mike, about getting her wore out and all the teams that the way they play her, they just try to wear her out.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I would do the same thing. I would just, if I know she shoot like that, hell yeah, I'm, you know, and then you can work her. You could put somebody on her that's not even to her caliber.
Exactly.
You could put a bench player, but like, look, you could tire yourself out, hit her, foul her, do everything. You know what I mean? So that's not a good strategy. You know what I mean? I'm gonna wear her down with a bench player, and she's not effective at the end of the game.
Right.
Yep.
That ain't no trade-off.
Like you say, your legs gone. You know what I mean? Your legs are gone.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So now I don't have no the Shannon Sharp situation, right? I want to because this is the thing with Shannon Sharp, and I hate to talk about people when they're not here, but man seems to think that like once you come into that kind of money, like the money dictates, like it dictates your behavior as far as like money is going to change you. To a certain extent, money will change you, right? When you come into millions of dollars instantly, it's going to change the way you govern your money, you manage your money, but it shouldn't change like your morals. That was my whole thing, you know, especially for a 60-year-old man.
Yeah,
you know, he can't get caught up in those kind of situations with somebody that's 19 and she able to swindle him out of
just finesse him like that, man. And it's real unfortunate and sad, man, you know, that he put himself in a situation like that. And Monique was on his show and was telling him, like, you know what I mean, baby, you gotta, you know what I mean, move different. You can't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? But Shannon, you know, headstrong and you know, being stubborn and things like that, man. And he put himself, I ain't got no sympathy for him or anything, but he, you know, put himself in a situation like that, man.
Yeah.
And if you've lived your entire life being an alpha and being this, you know, walking around with bling and cash and just all the attention, right? That's you kind of get into an expectation that, I am that dude. I am that guy. Right. And I mean, and you're not tied down, and you can choose who you want to choose. You know, it's hard to get outside of yourself and look at what's going on. And I always feel like you're the center of attention. You're the center of the universe, and you can do no wrong until somebody shines a spotlight on you. And I mean, that's got to be hard for someone with that much influence and that much money to be introspective.
Right. It's not only is this, but it's not always possible. You know what I mean? That's why I always tell people that we need like families, like we need each other. Like, so if you are the father and you the head of household, that don't mean you have free run to just, and you got money. That don't mean you have free run just to do anything you want to do. you still have to respect the family name, just like the sons, the daughters, and the mother. You know what I mean? You got to respect that lineage, just like those. Now, in life, everybody we going to run into situations that we never been in and that we don't have any experience with, right? But if you living by a certain moral code, then that'll kind of drive you away from those type of situations. You know what I mean? So, you know, you just don't, you gotta have some type of moral code, and you can't think that just because you have money that you can just go out there and, you know, and like Eastside said, it's just a bad look on Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, it is.
It's just a bad look on Shannon Sharp. And what you said, Tunk, I don't have no sympathy for him. He got fired from 3 different networks for this type of, you know what I mean? So like, when do you learn? Like, you know what I mean? And you apologize to your brother because you didn't want to overshadow his Hall of Fame induction, right? But you had 2 other incidents where you had this type of situation where as though you wouldn't have been in a situation if you had to learn your lesson in those other things that he was in. So if I'm his brother, I was like, you know, I don't even want to hear that apology.
Man, I mean, it's just, man, all the way around, man. You get finesse like that for that type of money, man.
Yeah.
And you know, the worldwide, you know, that's Disney. So you know, soon as the outcome came, I don't care if he got found not guilty. I don't think they was going to deal with him just for being charged with something like that. You know what I mean? I don't think they was going to deal with him no more after that anyway.
Yeah.
When Stephen A. came out and they didn't give him no endorsement, and he was cooked. I knew he was cooked there. You know what I'm saying? I know he was cooked. Stephen A. came out and defended Jay-Z more vehemently, but something he was allegedly had done than he did with Shannon.
I was like, wow.
Right. And he up there talking about with Shannon Sharp. Oh man, I don't know. I wasn't there. You wasn't there with Jay-Z either. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That was funny.
Right. Well, I don't know. I wasn't there. I say, oh no, he cooked. He cooked the ESPN. He cooked.
I don't care who you are. If you're 60 or even Bill Belichick at 70 and you're messing with 20-year-olds, man, that's just icky. That's got the ick.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Man, that no.
Yeah, it is.
And then what's the name, man? They say she gonna be all on the sidelines and all kinds of shit down at UNC, man. His girlfriend. Yeah. They say because she's damn near still a college student, right? She's gonna be down there all at practice, down there on the sidelines.
Yeah.
If she can get a tuition discount, why not?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, they supposed to be. Y'all heard that they supposed to be trying to go to the SEC, Carolina. Y'all hear that?
I heard that.
Yep. That'll be it,
man. They want some of that SEC money. Everybody want in on that SEC money. I get that part. You know what I'm saying? But as far as how much success they have as a program, even though the SEC is top heavy, you know, they real top heavy. But I don't know. They're gonna be still skeptical about that.
To me, I think North Carolina. I think the ACC should have just stayed in their own lane. They got that They had basketball sold up. Duke, North Carolina, Clemson, Maryland, Wake Forest. They got. I mean, that's your lane. You got that sold up, and they are from Maryland on down. Like Maryland is considered the first Southern state, right?
Right.
So that's in the state. You know what I mean? You got that sold up. You can't compete with that Texas money. LSU, I mean not LSU, Alabama, they can't even compete with that Texas money. I'm like, what? I don't know if they got a print machine or something down there. Alabama said they can't, they can't compete with those Texas teams.
Yeah, Texas got the biggest war chest. Ain't no question about that.
Oh my, Texas, Then you got Florida.
They got the biggest war chest, man. Ain't no question.
Yeah, if I'm North Carolina and Duke and all those, like, why you want to go? That's what you're known for, basketball anyway. So that's your lane.
They wanted to get a piece of that football pie, though. That's what it was. That's why they went.
That's
why Maryland and all them went to the Big Ten. They wanted that football money because when it comes to college sports, that football money that's what drives the bus. That's what drives the bus. That football money.
I guess you're right.
I
guess you're right. Get that money.
Yeah, they wanted to join conferences, man, so they could get some of that football money. Before long, man, it's probably gonna be like only maybe 2 conferences, man, 2 or 3 conferences before long. They're gonna have them super conferences, man, where you might have one conference, might have 15, 20 teams in it, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
I think it's on the way to that. I think it's on the way to that eventually.
UNC needs to be careful what they ask for.
Yeah, no doubt. I think they're gonna regret it.
I do too.
I think they're gonna regret it.
Yeah.
I don't think we was talking one time, and Man and Clayton, they were saying that they think they was gonna do well. Their football program was going to do well. I think it was still going to be looked at as like a mid-major. Talking about Carolina. Now Carolina do have money or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But because I don't think Belichick is going to be there long enough to change that program or make it into a powerhouse like he did.
I don't think so.
I don't think he's going to be there long enough to do it.
No, I mean he already 70.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. You talking about that's going to take years for him.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like them Texas team. That Texas money is like hundreds of years ahead of everybody else.
Right.
And he already 70.
Right.
If he lives to be 100, he's still not gonna catch Texas.
Well, I'm just talking like one recruit class. That's 4 years. You know what I mean? So one recruit class. That's 4 years. So you're talking like 74. You know what I mean? 75 between this one recruit class graduating stuff, man. So I don't know, man.
I don't even think that. What you say, Jim?
Yeah, I was just gonna say he doesn't look like a healthy 7-year-old like Pete Carroll either.
I don't exactly. Yeah, he's not as energetic as Pete Carroll. I don't even think
he real spry. Yeah.
I don't even think that the girl that he dating is going to be around long enough to catch that Texas money. I just think that they just so far ahead of everybody. I'm gonna jump around again though, because Retro said that and we talked about taking Caitlin Clark off the ball at certain points of the game, but Retro said that once she get a ball away, she never get it back, right? And I think that's something that got to be worked out too. Ari McDonald and Howard don't pass her the ball, and that's true. Well, at least, especially about Howard, like when like Howard, but Larry Bird had the same issue with Kevin McHale. You know what I mean? Like once Larry Bird passed the ball to Kevin McHale, it was they used to call Kevin McHale with the black hole or something because once you pass the ball to the low post, Kevin McHale never passed it out. But it come with the sport. You gotta find a way around that.
So let me ask y'all this. Since y'all watchers of the league and I'm not, right? When Caitlin gives the ball up, how does she move without it? Like some people give the ball up and stand there. Luka is like that.
Yeah.
Luka get a ball up and then don't move.
She not like that though. She move without the ball. Yeah. She move without the ball.
Yeah. Got it. You know what I'm saying?
But then if she move without the ball, but you still at certain points of the time, I think once they have success with it, they got to give that chemistry time to develop, not just for Caitlin, but for Ari McDonald and the young lady Howard. Because if they see that, all right, all of us gonna get a certain amount of shots. Then on top of that, you got to know your role on the team. Like Howard, that's not your role. Your role is not you here to defend and to help to keep the ball moving. But I don't want you scoring a lot of points. No way. Who was it had a layup? I think Jonathan Kuminga had a layup. And what's the guy name? And Steph Curry was in the corner for a 3. He could have made the layup, but they got on him for shooting the layup when Steph, you know what I mean? So if that's how that's how the team goes, that's how it goes.
And that's why they lost Kuminga too. That's why they lost. Yep.
Yeah. But they won 4 championships feeding Steph.
Yeah.
So
and that's why I think he just signed with Phoenix, I think. I think he just signed with Phoenix. And that's why they lost.
Yeah. So he was like
he could play, man, but they say he didn't play well when he was on the floor with Steph. And I guess they were saying he didn't pass the ball to Steph enough. So
yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy though. You got a layup and Steph got a 3-pointer. They was like
they pass it
certain
out.
situations, yeah. But certain situations depending on like if we need
game situations should determine that. Not just because Steph open, I'm open too, and I'm closer.
Right, yeah.
And I'm closer, you know what I mean? Right.
Yeah, so I can understand that. I can definitely understand that though. So what Retro said, none of the Fever players came up with help with the double team. Yeah, and see, people if they refuse to do stuff like that, like if you got argument, if people don't recognize their role, basically, then I would get rid of them. You know what I mean? Or you just sometimes you only have to get rid of them. You can just set people down, especially if it affect like the chemistry of your team. And that's what they did with Kuminga. They sat him down.
Dewana Bonner, she's self-reported, man. I'm out of here.
Yeah, she rolled out. Yeah, but yeah, man. Let me see. Yeah, let me see what else. What else she said? I thought they would put in his contract that she couldn't be on the sidelines, the locker room, or involved in any coach activities.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, if I was UNC, I would absolutely have put that in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What y'all think about so the ACC is basically gone, and the Big East. So they was all, to me, they was all basketball schools. And I think they just should have tried to maintain that lane. I didn't even really like when those two conferences merged, the ACC.
I didn't like that Syracuse and the ACC and stuff like that. What's going on with that, man? I didn't get that.
I didn't like
went to the ACC and man, I'm like, man, that don't even seem right, man. That don't even seem right. And the Big East, I think the Big East only got like 6 or 7 teams now.
Yeah.
But they had original teams though. They had original teams like St. John, Syracuse, Seton Hall. Seton Hall, St. John's, like that.
Yeah.
They like Providence. Yeah, I think. They're the original members, but it's not that many of them because few of them then left.
Yeah, everybody. I don't care if Texas let you in. They if Texas lets you in, they just taking your money. You know what I mean? Like, well, just not Texas, but the SEC. They let you in their conference. It's just an admissions fee they getting because they're gonna beat up on you.
That's why I wanted Texas to win the national title last year because I wanted them first year in the SEC. I don't know if it was the first or the second year in the SEC. I wanted Texas to win it and like, look, y'all ain't as big as bad as y'all think y'all are, man. I really wanted Texas to win, right? We just showing up because I get tired of the SEC bias all the time, man. I really do, man. I get tired of the SEC bias. And like I say, the conference is top heavy. You know what I'm saying? You get to the middle and the bottom, their teams aren't that good, man. They just get a lot of hype, a lot of fanfare because they're in the SEC. So when Texas went, I wanted Texas to roll in new kid on the block and win the damn natty. Like, now what? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But we all know they fell short. But that's what I was cheering for last year. That's what I was cheering for last year.
Kent, my man Kent, welcome back to the chat. Kent, Kent says, hell yes, God bless Ohio State, right? Ohio. That's another. Ohio they can compete because they got deep pockets like that.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? And so
hell yeah.
So Ohio, they don't really have to worry. I think Ohio State don't have to worry. What about Notre Dame, right? Notre Dame is going to come back.
And they are. And Notre Dame, that young coach up there, man, he's young too, man. I think he only might be like 35 years old or something, man. He got them boys playing ball, man. He got them boys playing ball, and he recruiting like crazy. He got a lot of former players' sons there.
Mm-hmm.
I know Jerome Bettis' son playing with him. Is it Tim Brown's son? Tim Brown's son might be on the squad as well. It's something like that. Help me out, Jim, if you know. It's
that sounds right. That sounds right.
Yeah.
So they got some former players. Their sons are on the squad now. Yeah,
I think it's like 3 of them.
Yeah, it is.
3
It's
former players.
Yeah.
Like 3 former players up there.
Yeah.
Like Ohio State. I think. Now, what conference is Ohio State? And they in the Pac-10 or something?
Big 10.
Big
10.
10.
Well, it's not called the Big 10. The big whatever they call themselves with all.
It was the Big 19 now or something like that. Right. You're right. But the former Big 10. Yeah, the former Big 10. That's what Maryland is. Yeah, that's what Maryland is. Maryland in that same conference.
Yeah, and see, that's Ohio State. They don't do nothing but beat up on those, you know what I mean, like Maryland.
Yep.
Now, when Maryland first went over there with Ohio State, I was like, oh, okay, so maybe, but it ain't working out for Maryland, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
For success, but see, their wallet might be fatter though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's all the move was about anyway.
Yeah.
To get more money for their athletic program. You know what I mean? I think that was it anyway. Because all the money is split. All the money is split evenly throughout the team.
But do you feel like, I think their basketball program has suffered for that? Maryland, you know what I mean? So maybe they must be getting a lot of money from that football program in order for them to sacrifice that basketball program.
They are. Because they say Penn State, like the odds-on favorites going into the season, Penn State in the Big Ten, or whatever the conference is called now, like Jim just said. Penn State, that's another one. That's another team that's made, you know what I mean? Ohio State, Michigan, they're at the top.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're at the top of the conference, you know what I mean? Them 3 schools, so.
Yeah, I'm like, if I'm Maryland, I would not have want no part, especially on the football, and no part of that conference right there. Ohio State, Penn State.
But see, Maryland is like mid, and then at the bottom is like Rutgers. They like at the bottom of that conference. You know what I'm saying? Like Rutgers, you know what I'm saying? They're at the bottom of it. So, Maryland can beat them.
Yeah.
We'll lose to Michigan and Ohio State and Penn State, but we'll beat Rutgers though. We can beat up on them,
Yeah. All right, let me see what Retro says. That's what this team is understanding. Caitlin is the facilitator. She makes everyone else better. She leads the league in assists. Yeah. Oh, that's true. I just think they I think it's like a work in progress as far as like the chemistry is concerned with this team.
That's just tough to do, man. To lead your team in scoring and assist. That's just tough to do, man.
Who is it? Yeah.
That's just tough to do, man. It's a lot that comes with it. And like I say, coaching, they got to come up with a way to alleviate a lot of that responsibility. You know what I'm saying? They got to come up with a way. Because like you say, come fourth quarter, last 5 minutes, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got no legs. You ain't got no legs.
Yeah.
And here we go with another I don't know how to pronounce this. Anna Weinlane or something. How you pronounce that? But anyway, Anna says that Michigan State is my grandma's team. And see, Michigan State is kind of unique, right? They got a nice football team and they got a rich basketball tradition. So Michigan State, you know what I mean? They benefit. They could, you know what I mean? They benefit from having both a good football program, a solid football program, and a really good basketball program.
Yeah.
How long's Tom Izzo been there?
Oh man, Tom Izzo.
I know Tom Izzo came in
30, at least 30 years.
I want to say 94.
Yeah, maybe the early 90s.
Like 94, I think, because I know Steve Smith came out in 91 or 92, and he played for Judd Heathcote.
Yeah.
He played for Judd Heathcote, Steve Smith did. And I think Steve Smith came out either 91 or 92. So I think, Izzo came right behind him. So Izzo came right behind Judd Heathcote. Judd Heathcote coached Magic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, Judd Heathcote coached Magic. Yeah.
It's crazy because I remember Judd Heathcote.
Right. Yeah.
That's crazy. I shouldn't even said that out loud, but I remember Judd Heathcote.
He played. So I'm thinking maybe like 94 94, 93,
that sounds right.
something like
That
that.
sounds right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we was talking about all-time Michigan State basketball starting five.
Mm-hmm.
And they had Magic at the point and Mateen Cleaves at the 2. I said, man, who made this list up, man? You know what I said?
Yeah.
I said, what happened to my man Sean Respert? I said, that was my man at Michigan State, Sean Respert, man. I'm like, how you miss him? And they had Steve Smith at the 3. They had Steve Smith at the 3. I'm like, nah, man, you ain't gonna put no Mateen Cleaves in front of Sean Respert. Plus, Mateen Cleaves couldn't shoot.
No, he could not shoot.
Put him at the shooting guard. He can't shoot.
He he was a really good point guard, but he definitely was not yeah.
He ran. Well, how many Final Fours they went to? I know they won it one year. I think it was in 2000.
Yeah.
How many Final Fours did Mateen Cleaves and them go to? Was it 2?
I'm not sure if it was 2.
I know they won it one year. I think they went to 2. I think they went to 2 Final Fours one year. They won it all. I think they went to 2.
Yeah. So let me see. So I don't know how many Final Fours they went to.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm looking it up.
Oh, okay.
See, I keep pronouncing this young lady's name wrong. She said her name's not.
Yeah,
not
2.
They went to 2, Jeff? Yeah,
2.
Yeah, they went to 2. Yep.
99 and 2000.
Oh, 99 and 2000.
Oh, they was back to back. Okay. I didn't know they was back to back. All right. So what year did they win, Jim? 99?
2000.
2000 they won.
Yeah.
My man Kent says that I live in Texas, but I'm partial to the Hawks. Caitlin has left a legacy. I admit I am a Clarkie. Yeah, I mean a lot of people, she brought a lot of people, attention to that program. I mean, because before they was talking about Caitlin Clark, last person I remember playing for Ohio, and for that was BJ Armstrong.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Iowa, yeah. I was like, it was just BJ Armstrong. I never really followed their program.
Yeah.
I like when BJ Armstrong was over there.
And Roy Marble. Him and Roy Marble was in that.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, we dating ourselves now, man.
Man. Yeah.
We dating ourselves now. We can't talk. We got to talk about something else. Talk about something else. The mellow ball.
Yeah, no doubt.
The mellow ball. Yeah, Roy Marble.
Yeah. Let me ask y'all this, right? Angel Reese, Chicago Sky, right? They without her, they 1-8. So as much, and then like when we look at her stats, right, Angel Reese, and we compare her to other people at the same position around the league, she's not really doing bad, like as far as her stats and stuff like this. Now, Cameron Brink. Oh, Cameron Brink really shouldn't be on here though, because Cameron been out, injured and stuff like that. But Rickea Jackson is just about even with points, and then you got then you got the rebounds and stuff like that. She really ahead of Rickea as far as at the rebounding with 12.9 rebounds per game. But she kind of doing her thing over there in Chicago though. You know what I mean? For her, just to be her sophomore season, her numbers she haven't really fell off to the point that what people would have expected her to fall off. It's just that the team as a whole is not really having no success.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You're right. Maryland, as far as retro Maryland, as far as lacrosse, yeah. I remember that. Jim, did y'all used to hear about John Hopkins back in the day, as far as like success in lacrosse? Because John Hopkins used to be like number 1 in the nation for a long time.
I mean, lacrosse is so up north. Lacrosse is kind of a niche sport. Mm-hmm. I just remember lacrosse always being super popular out east, and and John Hopkins,
Syracuse.
Syracuse. Yeah, that's what I was trying to think. Syracuse. Yeah. Some of those schools were and then of course down south for whatever reason Duke.
Oh yeah. Duke had a
Duke, yeah.
But Johns Hopkins used to beat they used to beat until they caught up with them. But John Hopkins used to beat Syracuse and Duke and lacrosse, you know.
Yeah, man, like you say, that was like the top 3 programs.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now Maryland is up there, you know, in lacrosse. But yeah, man, John Hopkins.
You can see them lacrosse games from the street up there in Johns Hopkins. Yeah, you had to pay to get in. You could stand outside and watch it. Yep, you stand outside and watch it. And they used to have decent crowds over there too. They had decent crowds over there. They had the lights over there, the field lit up. Yeah.
So right over there, University Parkway in Baltimore.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man. So yeah, man. I think we had another great show, man. I wish man had showed up so we could have got some more debate out of that Micah Parsons situation.
We'll still be on it right now.
Yeah,
we'll still be on it right now. Absolutely. Yeah. But whenever we get them back, man, we got to touch back on that subject. I don't care if it's week 7. We got to touch back on. I don't care if it's week 7. Yeah.
Clayton said it's not over with. Clayton said I won't be here tomorrow, but it's definitely not over with.
Right.
Yeah,
for sure.
Definitely not over with. But, everybody, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate everybody who tuned in. You know, let me see. We had Retro in here. We had Kent Carlson. Who else? We had Eastside was in here. Time was in here.
Welcome to the chat, Anna.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, definitely. Anna, welcome back. I said Anna, but I think she said no. That's not how it's pronounced. So yeah. But yeah, we appreciate you tuning in. Hope you you know, you like the channel. Hope you come back.
Absolutely. We welcome all.
No doubt. Yeah. Like everybody participate. Yeah. Let me see. Oh, she said, "Don't worry about the pronunciation." Yeah, Time. Yeah, appreciate you, Time. Let me see what Time said. Let me see. Time said before we get out of here. Time said, "Don't sleep on the new and improved Patriots. I'm a ride or die New England Patsy fan. Then everybody used to dunk on us, but he ain't mean dunk. But let me see. On up, and we coming, and we'll probably be better than Pittsburgh Steelers. You hear this, Tom?
Hey, Tom, we're gonna have to put a little wager on that, Tom. We're gonna have to put a little wager on that. We're gonna have to go up full scale Gilbert Arenas on that one, man. We're gonna have to put a little $2 wager on that, man. I'm gonna send you my cash. Yeah, I'm gonna send you my cash.
That brings up an interesting debate. Not to go too long on this, but who do you guys think is going to be the tougher division, AFC North or AFC East?
AFC North or AFC East?
The North.
Yeah,
the North. The East. I mean, Buffalo. I think Buffalo gonna run away and hide in that division, man. Then you got Miami, New England, and the Jets. I hope man Aaron Glenn can do something with the Jets up there. I hope he can do a little something up there. You know, he got Justin Fields up there, man. I hope he can do something.
Yeah,
with that, man. So I hope the Jets can do. But I think Buffalo gonna run away and hide. I think even though Baltimore is probably the best team, you know what I mean, top to bottom, in the AFC North, I think Cincy and I think the Steelers, man, gonna have some say. I think Cincy and the Steelers gonna have some say. And like Mike said earlier, man, they just gonna beat up on one another. And that
And typically the Buffalo, like you had the Patriots who just dominated that league for so long. You know what I mean? They just went up. beat up on Buffalo, beat up on the Jets, and beat up on the Dolphins. You know what I mean? And now you got Buffalo, who's on the top now. You know, just going up and down there and beating up. So, you know, but Tom said, I'm not afraid of a friendly wager. If they said Tom didn't, you know, heal it, really, I am. Yeah, so he said he's not afraid of a friendly wager.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. Is Angel injured? Oh, yeah. Angel is injured now. Yeah, she is injured now. She doing like you know, yeah, Angel is. But yeah, man, hands down, like Tom said, and Anna. I'm not saying Anna. Anna says that the North for sure. Yeah.
Definitely, I think the North will be a tougher division. Yeah. I want to see, man. I know we got to jump. I want to see that guy, that quarterback with the coach. The one
what's his name?
What's his name? Jim Richardson.
Richardson. Yeah.
I want to see him, man, because I've been hearing a lot of shows and stuff talking about, man, Andy might be moving off of him soon. They might be moving off. They haven't really been saying any improvement in them, but we'll talk about that next week. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to mention that. That's all.
Yeah. So what Tom say again? My brother Aaron Rodgers don't have the heart of Tom Brady. No, he definitely not Tom Brady.
Hey, ain't nobody saying that. I think Aaron Rodgers' mother say that.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody saying that.
So Anna says that I got it right. I finally got it right. I mean, if I keep on trying,
we don't want to be disrespectful. Yeah, we don't want to be disrespectful.
No doubt. Yeah, like I said, we appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate retro time. Yeah, man.
All right, gents. I gotta get out of here, man. But I'll see y'all next time, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I'm gonna go out here and catch some of this good weather, man.
Hey, Jim, with the balloons. I like that. With the balloons. Yeah. I like that. Y'all take it easy, man. Talk to y'all later. Right,
yeah, everybody make sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to tune in next Saturday at 1 p.m. Sunday, we come on at 11 a.m. And yeah, man. We will see y'all next weekend. Peace. Appreciate y'all.